Hey everybody, it's Tracy here. I know, it's been 6 months. So I'm going to share with you these two little journals that I created, and they are not my idea. I got the idea from Junk in the Trunk by Maddie. I found her over on Facebook. She probably has a YouTube as well, I'm not sure, but I will post a link down below for the video for this. This one's similar, but a little different. So they are, this one is 5 by 5, it looks like. And so this one's pretty much the same size. Well, the outer cover is. That one's a little shorter, that direction, 4 1/4. Anyways, they are true, mostly true junk journals. She calls it a double-sided journal, and it's because it opens this way as well as this way. And so she took 5 business size envelopes. I had some from when my husband and I had our own postal business left over from the billing, and glued them, folded them in half, glued them together. Like I said, I'll post a link down below, and made this accordion style pocket here with little pull outs. And then I did it a little differently than she did. So did my friend slash twin slash sister Irma. But we glued the bottom of the pockets so that there's pockets on the top as well. So, and some of this paper, like this one here, and this one here, I believe I've had for, gosh, I don't know, 10 years or more. And so it's nice to be able to use some of that older stuff up. I just used Tim Holtz spritzers, Distress Oxide spritzers, or whatever they're called, and Glimmer Mist for the front and back covers and all the envelopes. A little lace here. And then here on the front is, they're called Pops of Color. They're from scrapbook.com. It's this brand here. And so we'll open it back up again. This here is Duct Tape brand washi tape, which I didn't know they made washi tape. And then I have some of the vintage looking Scotch tape, which I've also heard it called boo-boo tape as well. And so that's kind of cool. I made a little tuck spot here with some Reader's Digest pages, some coffee dyed paper, and rickrack. I tried to show all the envelope pockets, and the pieces that are in the back are what you would see here. Like this purple one here, it would come out, and then you would see the background behind it. I took a little doily here and cut it in half, and it was already coffee dyed. My husband had extra coffee one day, and so I took all my doilies and coffee dyed them all. More of that Pops of Color there, and the boo-boo tape, and like I said, there's a pocket. Over here is just another Reader's Digest page, and some music sheet and some rickrack. I also put washi in the centers just to kind of, because some of the envelopes tore when I was putting them together. I wasn't very careful, I guess. Made a little flower looking ephemera there. Another pocket. This one I do have a pull out in there. And that purple one is an old one as well. I think that's the same as the front page. That is in the back tuck. And some coffee dyed paper. Some more boo-boo tape there. And this doily, I just thought it was so cool looking, and it kind of looked like a pocket, so I made it look like a pocket. Another pull out with some brads and Reader's Digest page. I did forget to cover the legs of the brads. Tucks in there. You flip it over, and more of the Tim Holtz and Glimmer Mist. And then this here, I didn't fill all of them up, but when you take these out, then, so that comes out there, and then you would see the envelope. So that's that book, the first one. This one here is very similar. I just didn't do the accordion style on the back. Instead, I put a little spine, and I attached the envelopes differently. I did, again, use the Tim Holtz. Well, actually, I didn't use any spritz. I used the Distress Oxide ink pads, and the Pops of Color. again. And this is all mostly Tim Holtz paper. It's a paper pad that I've had forever and was scared to use. Kind of like using Graphic 45. Once you cut it, it's cut. More boo-boo tape there. This is just from a journal book that I found at the Goodwill a couple years ago. It's almost gone, so I'm super sad about that. And the Dollar Tree ribbon that I inked up. And just a little half bead ephemera. And some Reader's Digest pages. I kind of left that stamp open just because I thought it was kind of cool looking. So what I did different here is I cut the ends and made them into pockets on both sides. Whereas the other one she did as well. But it was for the accordion part, if that makes sense. Anyways, so I put some little tuck spots in there that pull out, and you can see that through the window. And then this paper is easily 10 years old as well. Just some little flowers. Over here, the windows on the envelopes were so bad that they were starting to fall out. So I used a lot of the boo-boo tape in here. Just to kind of, I mean, it goes with the vintage look. There's a zipper there with some of the Tim Holtz tiny attacher staples. And then that pulls out. Doesn't like to go back in, but more of that Dollar Tree ribbon. And this one I try to use a lot of the envelope windows as well. That one comes out. More of the pops of color. Just so you know, that stuff will not come off your clothing. This here, it's, this stuff here, I got it on Temu last year. And it's just like a linen or some kind of silky type cloth. Anyways, I put that on there with a little flower. Another pull out there with a Reader's Digest page. And another pull out there. More of that Dollar Tree ribbon, half bead. And then more boo-boo tape. Another flower. And I just love this idea. It's like the perfect size. And then another one here. And right here, there was the UPS logo. I didn't want that on there, so cover that up. A couple brads with the Dollar Tree ribbon. This window was extremely bad, so lots of boo-boo tape. And then this paper here, I actually glued it to the inside cover of the pocket. Just so that you could see the cute little flowers. And I thought the special delivery worked really well with that. So that's my second little journal. And like I said, I'll post a link down below. It's Junk in the Trunk by Maddie. And sorry it's been so long, but I do have 2 more journals that are about halfway done. One's going to be a cookbook journal, which I think I mentioned before. And the other one is going to be a little golden book one that I'm doing for my puppy Mocha. She just turned a year old last month. So anyways, I just want to say, like I always do, thanks for stopping by, liking, subscribing, commenting, big thumbs up, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Bye.